The voice Kelsea Ballerini moved to tears over contestant. Kelsea Ballerini was moved to tears by a contestant on The Voice, not once but twice. Fans were tearing up watching Kelsea break down in tears over the song a contestant chose. There is a lot that goes into what made Kelsea cry. However, the scene was emotional and hard for everyone involved. There is a lot to unfold and uncover. Keep reading to find out more about this situation. Dibbs gets diagnosed with cancer. Heartbreaking news. Dibbs is Kelsea Ballerini's soul dog. She loves him more than anything in the world, and he is the most special thing in her life. However, he was diagnosed with inoperable cancer in his heart. This was extremely hard for Ballerini to hear and process. However, she has been trying to give Dibbs the best last moments of his life. He is still going strong and doing great at taking his medications and getting treatments. Kelsea has taken him on tour with her and so much more to spend the last moments with him. Dibbs has already been stronger than what they originally thought would happen. Dibbs and Kelsea are a pair that fans love so much. Her boyfriend, Chase Stokes, has also been a great support system for Kelsea and Dibbs. Chase Stokes and Kelsea Ballerini. Chase Stokes and Kelsea Ballerini. Kelsea Ballerini moved to tears over The Voice contestant. Kelsea Ballerini got emotional over a contestant's performance on The Voice. Angie Ray chose Dirt Cheap by Cody Johnson for her song in the knockout rounds. When she was singing, Kelsea broke down into tears. She revealed it was because of the line, "And over there, under that wide oak tree, beneath the cross is where my best buddy's buried. Lasted 13 hunting season running strong. Keep your money, 'cause a man can't leave his dog." I love this song, sorry guys. I got emotional because my dog is super sick. But that is the thing about country music, is it does talk about real life and the things that are hard to talk about. Iris ended up winning the battle. However, Angie got stolen. Kelsea then got emotional again after her performance. She shared more about the situation. This song, there's going to be a lyric that gets every single person that's watching this. I mean, obviously it got me for a lot of reasons, but I think it will get everyone. Fans loved watching this, but also felt bad for Kelsea, as she is going through a very tough time. It seems as though Dirt Cheap by Cody Johnson is an emotional song for Kelsea as it talks about burying a dog. She is having such a hard time with Dibbs getting sick. However, she has tried to stay strong and just could not when Angie started singing that song. Fans were teary-eyed watching the scene on The Voice, but love how vulnerable and real Kelsea is. What do you think about the situation? Did it make you emotional as well? Sound off in the comments below. We would love to hear your thoughts on this. There are moments on television that feel bigger than a competition, bigger than the lights, the cameras, and the roaring applause. Sometimes there's a silence, a beautiful, vulnerable silence, where emotion takes over. That's exactly what happened on The Voice this week, when Kelsea Ballerini, stepping in as a guest coach, was visibly moved to tears by a performance that no one saw coming. It all started like any other blind audition. The coaches were poised, buttons ready, and the crowd buzzing with anticipation. The stage dimmed. A single spotlight illuminated the figure of a young contestant named Mia Dalton, a 21-year-old singer-songwriter from Asheville, North Carolina. Her introduction had been sweet and modest. "I just hope to sing my truth," she said softly, eyes glistening with quiet determination. "If just one person connects to what I sing tonight, that's enough for me." Then came the first note. Mia chose to perform an acoustic rendition of Kelsea Ballerini's own song, Homecoming Queen, a choice that would prove as risky as it was powerful. The song, a vulnerable ballad about the pressure to be perfect and hide inner pain, was already known for its emotional punch. But in Mia's hands, it became something deeper. Her voice, soft but steady, cracked ever so slightly on the lyrics. Even the Homecoming Queen cries. In that moment, something shifted in the room. The audience held its breath. The coaches leaned forward. And Kelsea Ballerini, watching from her chair, unaware at first that her own words were about to circle back in the most unexpected way, froze. As Mia reached the second verse, her voice faltered briefly. She placed a hand over her heart and closed her eyes, pushing through. It wasn't a show of weakness. It was strength. She was feeling every word. She was the homecoming queen, or maybe the girl who never quite was, but felt the weight just the same. When she finished, there wasn't a roar of applause immediately. There was a pause, heavy, sacred. Then the coaches stood up, clapping slowly, reverently. It wasn't just a performance. It was a confession. A moment. Kelsea, visibly emotional, didn't speak right away. Her eyes shimmered under the lights, lips pressed together, holding back sobs. Finally, her voice cracked as she leaned into the mic. "You didn't just sing that song," she said, wiping a tear. "You lived it. You just showed us all what this show is really about." The other coaches nodded in agreement. Since the rapper praised Mia's raw honesty, calling it one of the most powerful auditions I've ever seen on this stage. John Legend added, "There's no wall between you and the audience. That's rare. That's a gift." Reba McEntire, misty-eyed herself, simply said, "Darlin', you've got something special." That was real country soul. But it was Kelsey's reaction that stole the spotlight. She rose from her chair and crossed the stage, giving Mia a long, heartfelt hug. "I wrote that song during one of the hardest seasons of my life," she told her. "And hearing you sing it, hearing how it touched you, reminded me why I do what I do. Thank you for that gift." Backstage, host Carson Daly caught up with Kelsea, who was still dabbing her eyes. "Sometimes," she said, "you think you've moved past a chapter in your life, and then someone sings it back to you, and it brings it all back." Mia didn't just sing. She healed. And I think a lot of people at home are going to feel that too. Social media certainly did. Within minutes, #Homecoming Queen and #Maya Dalton were trending nationwide. Fans praised the performance for its authenticity, calling it one of the most emotional auditions in voice history. Others commended Kelsea for her vulnerability, noting how rare it is to see a coach so deeply moved. "Watching Kelsea cry made me cry," one fan tweeted. "This is what music is supposed to do." Another wrote, "Mia just reminded us that sometimes the quietest voices carry the loudest truths." The moment also sparked a broader conversation about the role of vulnerability in art. Kelsea Ballerini has long been known for her emotionally transparent songwriting, especially in recent years, as she's navigated heartbreak, fame, and finding her voice in an industry that often demands perfection. Mia's performance felt like an echo of that journey, a passing of the torch. As the episode wrapped up, Mia chose to join Team Kelsea, a decision that felt like destiny. The two embraced again on stage, their connection undeniable. "I feel like I found my person," Mia said. "I didn't come here expecting to win. I just came here hoping someone would see me." And Kelsea did. In a season already filled with talent, it's performances like Mia's that stand out. Not because of perfect pitch or flashy runs, but because of truth. Because sometimes what moves us isn't how loud someone sings, but how deeply they do. Later that night, Kelsea posted a photo of her and Mia on Instagram with a simple caption. "This is why I love music. #Thieves. Grateful heart." In a world overflowing with noise, it was a reminder that the quietest moments are often the most powerful. And in that quiet moment, with the whole world watching, a young singer from a small town turned vulnerability into strength, pain into poetry, and a song into something unforgettable. Let me know if you'd like this adapted for a specific outlet, shortened for social media, or expanded with quotes or sources. Specific outlet, shortened for social media, or